to most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides on my highest light, protect me, protect my home, protect the messages at this time. Those that are not meant to be in here, release them from my life. Those that are meant to be in here, let them flow in with ease. I declare it, I decree, I say. Thank you for liking the live. Spiritual hygiene is significant at this time. As far as cleansing your energy and also watching who you are around, watching what you are intaking also as well at this time. Ingesting in a sense. So this could be too much of certain things, too much of sweets, too much of fast foods, too much of certain particular shows also as well, too much of social media, things of that nature at this time. This is for some of those that are, moving and ushering into a particular calling. You have a higher purpose and a higher calling, and I feel like this is an energy to where it's like, stop taking it so lightly. Something is more serious than what you think it is at this time. Okay. It's like there's something here that you may have known that you had some sort of purpose, some sort of mission into doing certain things, but it's like Spirit's like, I need you to go ahead and take it up a notch, is what I'm picking up on. Light workers, those that are light workers at this time. So connecting with divine source at this time is very significant. Connecting with your spirit team also as well. I feel like this is an energy to where Spirit has been seeing certain slipbacks also as well here. It's like getting in a space to where you're being a little bit too comfortable. And it's like that comfortability is there for you to have that pleasure and play energy, but it's like knowing you are falling into the comfortability because of the fact of you're needing to cleanse your energy, or you're feeling a little bit too heavy, could be significant also as well. Or just kind of falling back into regular patterns because it's back to comfortability is what I'm picking up on. Unfortunately, this could always feel like you may have to always be serious, or it's like something that you always got to kind of show up for at this time, and it can sometimes feel like a burden also as well. I definitely resonate with that because it's like, when you are displayed Things as far as social media, the main thing, or just kind of society in general. When you're displayed certain energies or certain realities, it's kind of like you are, sometimes it may feel like you're missing out, or it may feel like you're kind of behind, or it may feel like you're not, things don't come as easy for you, or it's like, you're just kind of tired of the tough road, and things of that nature. A lot of times, like, one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of fucked up people can get things pretty easily. To where it's just like, you ever seen certain fucked up people to where they will get like job after job, and then it's like, or certain money will just kind of randomly, like, for them, or just like certain things will just kind of happen for them, and it's like, how the fuck are you like still making it when you are just a fucked up individual? Like, that's some of the things that I be wondering. And then it's like, for you, it's like, damn, it seems like everything just comes kind of hard for you to get it. Also as well could be significant. This has to do with like instant gratification. In regards to certain people, like, certain people get things because of, it's just, they're going to lose it right away anyways. So it's like, you may see certain things that happen for people that they get it, but they lose it very quickly, or, certain things don't necessarily fully, what's it called? There's not much of a consistency with those type of people. So you may be someone who's actually consistent with, say for instance, if you work a particular job or pick up on a particular job, and it's like, you'll work that job for quite a period of time, to where you'll be loyal to that job in a sense, or, whatever the case may be in regards to that. That's what I'm picking up on. And you know how there's like certain people, and you know how there's like certain people that will, like I said, get a job, and then it's like, they'll lose one and they always got another one. And then sometimes it's like some really good jobs too also as well. But like I said, they continue to lose that and then come back and get it, lose it, come back and get it type of energy also as well. And then you could be someone who is like, you don't necessarily keep a job, or, to where you can't necessarily get a job. In a sense, sometimes to when you're applying, and it's like, you feel like you're applying and applying and applying, and it's like, that job's not coming. And I feel like this has to do with you being your own boss also as well, or there's particularly certain areas that you're meant to be in. Okay, so it's like, for instance, when you are being called and guided to certain areas, certain jobs, or whatever the case may be, you have a particular mission, whether you know it or not. So whether that is, revealing the truth in a particular company, or whether that is, embracing your presence as far as your aura, your energy, in these particular areas also as well. So it's like, it's more of a higher calling more than anything is what I'm picking up on. And so this is why, we can't necessarily always compare and contrast into other people's, journeys, because some of us that have a higher calling, have a higher mission and a higher purpose. So things are going to be very much tweaked in a different way than what we have. I feel like I am talking to more of those that are meant to be getting ushered into leadership right now, or just kind of getting ushered up front, whether you're a generational curse breaker, or you are taking on leadership at this time, or this could just be the leading of the family in regards to your bloodline, as far as just you and what you have coming after you type of energy. I do feel like this is an energy also as well, to where some of you are getting ushered into being, that steward for the children, that are in your bloodline. So the kids that are coming up, or your children also as well. I feel like now is the time to start communicating with your spirit team. What is it that I'm needing to do as far as my calling? And I feel like this is the energy of surrendering kind of what you're wanting to do and what spirit has for you and what spirit has already designed for you. In a sense, here is what I'm picking up on. It's like I'm picking up on like that energy of Call of Duty. It's like what part of me is, meant to be called of duty right now at this time. There was something that I when I was scrolling on Instagram, and I seen how Trump had posted this picture or whatever on his Twitter in regards to him being, I don't know, I think I seen some talk about him making fun of the Pope and all this, like, other type of shit, and him putting his hands, laying hands on healing or whatever the case may be, and he said, oh yeah, I heal people and blah blah blah. I don't know, I don't really pay too much attention to the politics anymore, because it makes my skin crawl. So, and it gets my blood pressure up. So I don't really pay too much attention to it at this time. But what I feel like is just a big ass joke. Like, it's like he's playing in our face. The Republicans, the Democrats, they're playing in our face. It's just a whole lot of bullshit that's just playing in our face at this time. And it's like, I still feel like America can be very docile in regards to what's going on, and very oblivious in regards to what's going on. So this is the space to where, a lot of people are being suppressed, in regards to the energy that's going on right now, the truth tellers that are supposed to be speaking up at this time. So some of you may be getting ushered to speak up. Also as well, if you've been kind of feeling a need to share certain things in regards to social media, or speak certain things also as well, this is the reason why you're being ushered into position as a light worker, or just someone who is meant to speak the truth of what's going on in this darkness in this world at this time. Could be significant. Even if you don't feel like you are, what's it called, getting your point across is significant also as well. When it comes to certain light seers and light workers, your attachment is not to be attached to what people receive from you. So it's like, your duty is to just come across in regards to your duty and speak the things that you're meant to speak. And it's kind of like planting a seed. And it's like, someone's going to take that seed and grow with it, or someone's going to take that seed and just keep it, to where it doesn't do any growing at all. But you never know who you may impact in regards to you speaking certain things. Could be significant at this time. But the whole point is being that alarm clock and being that wake up call also as well. There was a point in time when you came across your awakening and was being woken up, and you may have came across certain people, a particular, whatever the case may be, that was placed in front of you, to where it's like it kind of gave you a light bulb moment, or whatever the case may be. And you never know who is the person that you're meant to minister to, or the person that you're meant to just kind of, or the society that you're meant to speak up about, is going to touch certain lives, to where it's going to trigger certain things within that person's energy, to remember certain things about themselves, or whatever the case may be in regards to that. Arizona is significant. Great Plains is significant. Illinois is significant. Texas is significant. Hawaii is significant. Someone may have Polynesian background, or Polynesian ancestors is coming up through also as well. Someone could be thinking about getting a tribal tattoo. They're showing me Ice Age right now. So something can be significant about Ice Age, or someone may be connected to those times, also as well. So you may like it pretty cold. You may love your room temperature or your home to be cold, also as well. Winter probably doesn't really affect you as much. You may love winter. could be significant. I'm picking up on like Eskimo energy also as well. All right, let's get into the masculine and feminine messages here. I feel like these past couple weeks I'm talking to very specific people at this time. This is not the deck that I was pulling for. But I feel like I'm talking to very specific people at this time. Considering I thought I was kind of being shadow banned, but really I feel like it's a protection at this time. I'm talking to particular people that are meant to be in leadership, or this is just, you've always been a leader, never been a follower, type of energy, black sheep vibes. You kind of stand, you go the different way of the crowd, also as well as significant. So that's who I'm talking to lately. Those that are actually have already had a sense of awakening, or some of you that may be awakening at this time and have been kind of looking for direction. And it can be very iffy at this time in regards to the direction spiritually right now, for a lot of people that may have a lot of a following, or just kind of in general, certain people that, you're starting to see a fall in regards to certain people at this time. Because some of the people that were actually meant to, direct certain people that are coming up at this time, spiritually, a lot of these people may have got very egotistical, teaching ways that, is outside of divine law, is what I'm picking up on also as well. So a lot of people are being kind of steered into directions that they maybe shouldn't be. So that could be significant at this time. Some people are about to be under judgment is what I'm picking up on. So you may be seeing certain spiritualists that are about to be under judgment. Some of these spiritualists may kind of back up to where you may not be seeing them on social media for a while. That doesn't always mean that that's because they're going through certain things. Some of these particular people may be just recuperating their energy also as well, could be significant. But some of these folks are not showing their face in a sense because of what they're going through, for the things that they may be reaping certain consequences of doing certain things that they wasn't meant to be doing. Handling their energy the wrong way is what I'm picking up on. I'm hearing that song, never would have made it without you. I could have lost it all, or whatever the case may be. I think his name's like Hezekiah or something. Oh, that's Marvin Sapp. Yeah, Marvin Sapp here. Never would have made it. I'm picking up on ancestor energy. Cheryl is significant. Someone's ancestor could be Cheryl. But I'm picking up on ancestral energy. I feel like someone is going through a deep transition of isolation, and this could feel like you're not necessarily in isolation fully, but I feel like this is an energy. I'm also picking up on the energy of someone being departed from certain family members at this time. And I feel like this is something to where it's been a very tough ride. And I feel like this is something to where you may not have been feeling it as deep as spirit has been guiding you to feel. Also, as well as what I'm picking up on. So I'm picking up on the energy of distractions. So you may be distracting yourself so that you don't feel the energy that you're meant to feel. Because of this is like something that is very much it's kind of like I see they're showing me something being torn apart. In a sense here, it's like kind of ripping limb by limb type of energy. And it's like it's kind of like an energy to where someone has like this strength that's always kind of been your superpower. But what I feel like with this energy is spirit is ushering you into vulnerability, to where vulnerability is more your superpower now. Is what I'm picking up on. Because the more you continue to tap into your vulnerability, the more you continue to open yourself up to, divine spirit, or, to yourself in a sense also as well. So it's like this may be something to where there may be certain things that may come out of nowhere. Is what I'm picking up on, to where you may get forced to kind of just sit down and be by yourself for a little bit. I feel like someone may be having car issues. There may be something significant about a car. Certain things that you may be losing could be significant also as well, to where spirit is taking these things away from you so that you don't have time to distract yourself with all the other little things that you're trying to do. This could be shopping. Also as well, like impulsively buying certain things. So some of you may be having money issues or whatever the case may be. This doesn't always have to do with certain people attacking you. This has to do with also as well as spirit wanting to put you back in front of yourself. Holding a mirror up to yourself at this time of the times when you decide to or when you like to kind of distract yourself so that you don't have to sit with yourself, is what I'm picking up on. So you don't have to feel that vulnerable energy. Yeah, exactly. I feel like someone's asking for assistance. Yeah, exactly. Someone's asking for assistance. But the magician here on the bottom of the deck. The magician on the bottom of the deck here. Ace of Swords from Spirit. Clarity and truth. All right. Anxiety, guilt, teamwork, the Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So what I was just saying in regards to, there's something here that is this breakthrough, this truth here, this clarity, or whatever the case may be. And it's like you may kind of be in a space to where you are, kind of in and out with that Knight of Wands energy, to where it's like you will sit with it for a little bit. Then it's like when things start getting too deep or whatever the case may be, it's like, let me try to find something else to do. Also as well, it's like kind of like a disturbance energy, but like I said, keeping yourself distracted in a sense here, because the Knight of Swords is here, which is you are in your head. It's like there's a lot that's going on mentally, and it's like, you sitting with yourself, it's like a lot is just kind of all outpouring on you. And it's like some of you may be in a space to where you don't really know how to take care of yourself at this, or take care of that in the home, and then also deal with what's going on society. So like I said, when you get into that space to where you always scrolling, you're taking on all that energy that's going on outside of you, that outer world, and then it's like your internal world, and it's like it's creating a whole bunch of chaos, is what I'm picking up on. But I feel like this is an energy. This is also, I'm picking up on masculine energy. I feel like this may be to where, what's it called? A particular masculine, you are being ushered into more of, like I said, vulnerable state. And points of times where you allow yourself, but then there's the time where you like end up, escaping, having some sort of escape go in a sense, is what I'm picking up on. But you've been asking for help. So it's like, you may be kind of like, why is things not necessarily moving the way I want them to move? Why are things not feeling the way I want them to feel? Things of that nature. I've been asking for help. I feel like I've been doing what I've been asked to do. And it's like, things are going to get messy before it gets better. So it's like certain things could be getting messy a little bit. Yeah. And that could have you in a space to where you're feeling a little bit guarded. For the feminines, in a sense, in this energy, I feel like this is something to where you will, have a little bit of taste of that feminine energy of being able to be, connected with divine and your intuition, being more softer, also as well, being in this energy of receiving. And then it's like all of a sudden you get back to being in that masculine energy again. Is because, you're on this kind of like, wheel, in a sense here, is what I'm picking up on. Kind of like I'll do it myself type of energy. Stillness is significant at this time. ADHD, ADD energy is significant also as well. Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. Give me just a second because it is hot. Whew. All right, who's going first, the feminine or the masculine? Feminine or the masculine messages, Spirit? The feminine. Okay. There may be some things that kind of feel like they're mixed up, confusion energy, and I feel like this is the energy to where it's like certain things are clear, certain things aren't clear, and then certain things ain't clear, and then certain things are clear. I feel like there's like a mix-up energy that's in the feminine's energy at this time. This could be a point in time where a lot of things was just completely clear, and then all of a sudden things are not clear anymore. Is what I'm picking up on. So confusion could be significant. Show me what the feminine needs to know. Clear and precise messages at this time. Gratitude, Spirit, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides of my highest light. Bring towards truth and clarity. Direction at this time for the feminines. Show me the energy. Rice cakes could be significant. Someone may be wanting to shift up their diet. Or rice could be significant. Mango sticky pudding or sticky rice is significant. I've been seeing that all over my page lately also as well. Never tasted it. Kind of low-key want to try it, low-key. Sounds good. I love some mango. Mango, solar plexus, or sacral chakra is significant also as well. So both solar plexus and sacral chakra is significant. I feel like this is womb healing. For some of you may be shifting with this womb healing energy. Cleansing of the womb. Freedom and free message. Yeah, exactly. You love mango sticky rice? Ashe. I haven't tried that. I want to try it. But free message and freedom. I'm not bound by the cycles. Seems like I play around with my patience. Yeah, that's Calm Waters by Naomi. Waters is significant. The rain is significant at this time. Storms, Oya is significant, as well as Yemoja at this time. Certain Orishas is showing up. Is what I'm picking up on. Certain goddesses is coming up as well here. What I'm picking up on is emotions also as well. Purging is significant at this time. So some of you may be going through certain purges to open up that energy is what I'm picking up on. 17th is significant. Someone may have been born on the 17th. Someone may be 39. Something could have been significant about 17 years old also as well. I am picking up on someone who had a period of time of when he was homeless at one point in time also as well could be significant. Learning, yeah. Reapproach. Kundalini energy is significant. Someone's going through a Kundalini awakening. Realigning your chakras at this time. Mainly those, the solar plexus and the sacral is what I'm mainly picking up on, and the crown chakra is significant right now. Rebalancing it. There's some sort of upgrades within your energy also as well here, feminine, that is being pushed here. But I feel like this is an energy to where, like I said, there are certain things that you've been too comfortable with, to where these particular things aren't integrating the way it needs to integrate. Okay. What song is that? That is Calm Waters by Naomi Sharon. Calm Waters. The nighttime is very significant also as well. Something could be significant about dreams. But reapproach at this time. Reapproach. Oh, okay. Snakes could be significant also as well. Or like I said, there's that Kundalini energy is significant at this time. I feel like something is a waiting game, but as you wait, I feel like there's an energy of getting more deeper, is what I'm picking up on. Deepening is significant at this time. Certain things are deepening. Certain things that you may need to, like ritual work, is significant. Someone may be a moon goddess, but certain ritual work is significant. No connection. Yeah, no connection. It just randomly has no connection now. That's significant. You could be feeling like you don't feel connected as much right now to spirit, to where it's like certain things may feel off in regards to your spirit team, to where that you don't feel like they're necessarily there, or just kind of, I feel like downloads energy. So it's like there may be a sense to where, and sometimes this happens, when it comes to, spirituality, like you get through a period of time where you feel like your spirit team is not as close. You feel like they're not necessarily giving you the downloads that you usually get, or whatever the case may be. Like certain things you don't feel like you're expanding in. There be some silent moments when it comes to, those periods of times. But one thing you got to learn is they'll always still show you that they're still there. So there's something significant about seeing particular spirit guides in a dream state also as well. They can be showing up as animals. They can be showing up as mystical creatures also as well, at this time. So certain animals that you may be seeing, that may be connecting with you in a dream, that is a particular spirit guide. Shape-shifting energy is what I'm picking up on. What else here for the feminine? Loss in karmic relationship and secrets also as well here. Fifth house. Someone's a Leo. I feel like this is friendship energy also as well. I feel like someone may have recently let go of a friendship with this karmic relationship. Because I'm seeing like these hands, it doesn't feel like it's a relationship like as in like romantically. It feels like friendship, partnership, like friends, best friends energy. Someone may have been, you may feel like you've been losing certain people out of your life. I feel like this is someone who is having to let go of certain friendships or certain family members that are no longer able to come on this vibration with you, or just being close in proximity. It's like, these could be people that you may say hey and bye, catch up a little bit, but it's like it's very short intervals in a sense here. Some of these people may be missing your presence, or you kind of are reminiscing on certain memories in regards to these particular people. And I feel like this is something to where you feel a little bit alone in regards to this, of these people that you may have let go of at one point in time. But I do feel like someone just recently let go of a friend, like a best friend, someone who's very close to you or was very close to you. This could have been someone who doesn't necessarily understand, kind of why this kind of transition is going on in a sense here. Could be kind of painting you out as a bad guy also as well. Could be significant. It's not your burden to carry is what I'm hearing. This is not your burden to carry. Someone was hiding secrets anyways is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this is energy to where you may have been picking up on secret animosity. And this is why I feel like this is something to where you may have even said something about it, or you just kind of decided to move around on your and not even said anything about it. Could be significant. I feel like the reason why you didn't say much about it is because someone is not going to confess in a sense anyways. So it's like if you was picking up on secret animosity, and it's like, whoever this person is, if you would have told them that, oh, I think you're kind of secretly and showing animosity or evil eyeing me low key, or jealous of me low key, or whatever case may be, someone would deny it anyways. So I feel like you just decided to just move around to where you didn't necessarily explain it. This particular person could be telling other people that you just kind of cut them off out of nowhere, on some weird shit. Could be significant. And this could be like something that people may be running rumors about, or just certain things that may be going on within talk. Don't worry too much about this energy. You don't need to clear shit up. All right. Things will reveal itself over time is what I'm picking up on. Some of these people that, may want to run a false narrative with these particular people is because they already had this energy towards you anyways. So some people will dislike you because of what somebody says, because they already wanted to dislike you. They wanted to find a reason to not like you is what I'm picking up on. Show me what else here for the feminine energy. Yeah, it's like focus on your joy. That fell right on the 5th house also as well. So that is also that 5th house energy, and also this solar plexus energy also as well. That color yellow, that sun, is that Leo energy. So I feel like this is like whatever that's not bringing you peace, whatever that's not bringing you joy, it's like whatever that has to go, type of energy. Yeah, completion. Yeah, whatever gotta go, it gotta go. And I feel like this is because your spirit team is backing you up in regards to this. Someone's father or grandfather or uncle could have been in the military. That's a very strict spirit guide, a strict ancestor that's around you. Someone could have been a military brat. You may have had to move a lot. Also as well, I'm picking up during childhood. You may have had to move to different bases. Army bases could be significant also as well. I feel like at one point in time you was very used to, oh, I see. There was at one point that you was used to moving from like school to school, to where it's like you had to continue to make new friends, or you may just kind of been a loner at one point in time also as well, as what I'm picking up on. So that could have been rough for you, and then to a point in time to where you actually got comfortable, to where you was able to actually have that friendships with certain people, or relationship with certain people, also as well, to where this created an attachment. So it's like moving all the time because of this particular situation to being actually stable and steady for a while, is what I'm picking up on. And then this is something that created an attachment. In regards to certain people, to where you hold on so tight to where you don't want to, make it feel as if it's a loss. So certain people that actually are meant to kind of just come and go, you'll hold on so tight because of the fact of what your childhood brought in regards to you moving around all the time is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this is an energy to where whoever this person that was in the military is feels very what's it called, regretful in a sense. Like this is someone who I feel is very sad that they didn't give you the kind of lifestyle that you wanted as a child, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like you're very passionate about other people also as well here, to where you may kind of want to pour into people as much as, but I feel like you pour into certain people that don't deserve too much of your time, also as well. And I feel like this is like attachment things also as well, to where sometimes some people actually deserve that time from you, but they don't deserve your full self. And that can be, healer energy, as a healer. Because sometimes when we are, for instance, what I had to notice for myself is I would come into the point to where, and this kind of resonates a little bit. So it's like there was times where I would, friendships would come and go, or people would come and go, like, and I don't call people my friend too easily. It's like, you're probably an associate, it takes a lot for you to really truly be my friend. And that's just my loyalty and the way I move. But this could be something similar to, of what I'm picking up on is, being a healer. And then, outside of being a healer, being also a high level healer. So it's like sometimes you have assignments to where you're assigned to those particular people, or those people are assigned to come to you, but it's not always they're going to be around the whole, your lifetime, or, the time that you think that they're going to be around, because of that healing may have been done or may have not been done, also as well. So it's like sometimes we are meant to give someone something, and then it's like, okay, time to see you on, time to be, time for us to go our separate ways. And sometimes that can be tough, especially when you are someone who has those attachment situations from your childhood, or just in general, or just someone who is, because a lot of times as us healers, we have that time of isolation. We are alone a lot also as well. We need a lot of alone time. So it's like, when we are in a space to where we're alone, and then we're craving that desire of friendship or connection or whatever the case may be, and we need that closeness with somebody versus that surface level relationships, it's like, it's kind of like one of those things to where, like for instance, certain people, okay, so I'll say, certain people that have like a high following, on social media, and this is an example. So it's like someone who may have like thousands and thousands of followers that gets on live, they talk to their people, they all seem giddy or whatever case may be, and then behind closed doors, and then someone eventually says, I still feel alone, I still feel this way, because the thing is, you can have a following, you can have certain people that support you or whatever the case may be, but they're not in close proximity. They're on the outskirts, so it's like, we're here now, as far as the connection, but it's like when it comes to being closeness, close relationships, the depths of things, like a little bit more deeper, it's like, that's not where those people aren't penetrating that, versus to where it's like, oh, family members or a best friend or a relationship that you're in, to where those people are more in close proximity. So it's like, some of you crave deeper connections versus surface level connections, to where these connections that are on the surface level aren't necessarily hitting the way you want them to hit, in a sense, and that could be triggering also as well, as what I'm picking up on. Or to the point to where you may start kind of liking certain these peoples that are on the surface level, but it's like you kind of crave that desire of certain things to be deeper, to where you may kind of certain things you may judge in regards to these particular people that are on the surface level, because of the fact of you want something deeper with certain people. And these could be certain people that so for instance of that, you could be someone who's very someone who's on the depths of things. You dive deeper a lot, and it's like certain people, you may have like certain connections with on a surface level that kind of feel like they could go deeper, or you're relating to this particular person. You think the same in certain directions and certain things of that nature also as well. But it's like in the back of your mind, you have this expectation that this person is on a deep level like you. So it's like when this person doesn't necessarily show that they're down here in the depths with you, it kind of triggers you. It makes you feel emotional. It's like, damn, why didn't this person kind of treat me how I thought that they was going to treat me, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, because this person never really actually truly decided to come down here to the depths with you. This is just somebody who was relating with you on a very surface level. And it's like, and you thought because of this surface level, or because of this connection, and because of the things that certain people speak also as well about the depths of things, that they're meant to come down here with you. So another example in regards to that, I'll speak on myself. I would come across certain females a lot to where, I would talk about my my trauma, or whatever the case may be, surrounding women, in regards to women being very secret competition and things of that nature, or women acting really funny after a while. Like, it's like we'll hit it on the nail for quite some time, say a couple of months, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, yeah, we both on the same page, what I'm saying? We talking about how females be acting funny and blah blah blah, and it's like months later, or whatever the case may be, the next time it's like this girl's acting funny. And I'm just like, it'd be confusing, because it's like, you'd be like, I could have sworn we was on the same page about females acting funny, and then it's like, you're funny acting, you're a secret competition. So it's like, when you hit those type of situations, sometimes that can kind of block yourself off, because it's like, this is going to be just another type of situation that I got to go through in regards to certain people saying certain things and not showing up the way they say they are. Type of energy could be significant. This could also do with the energy that you carry, could be significant also as well. A lot of people wear a mask. All right. A lot of people love to talk a good talk. A lot of people love real people. Oh yeah, I hate fake ass people. Oh, I can't stand people that be lying. Oh, I hate people that be in secret competition. Like, you can literally make a post and you'll see so many people on there that oh yeah, I agree. I've been through this all the time, blah, blah. And most of those people are the same person. Because when they come around certain people that actually carry a better energy, or not, I don't want to say better, carry a heavier energy or higher calling energy, versus them, or someone who actually walks the walk and doesn't just talk the talk type of energy is significant. Yeah, Shay. So yeah, I feel like this is just, this could be something that you may be, someone may be going through at this time. Okay. You'll eventually meet the people that are meant to be around you. Okay. Like I said, some of these people know how to cloak their energy very well. All right. Some of these people are so used to lying. They're so used to being, who they don't say they are, type of energy. They're so used to taking on someone else's identity besides themselves. So it's like some of you may be running into those type of people that act like that. To where, it's like, I could have sworn, it's just kind of one of those things. People like to cover up who they truly are. So a lot of false people could be significant. What else here for the feminine energy? Yeah, acceptance. Yeah, and grief here. That fell into free message. All right, that's that freedom energy. It's like sometimes you just got to accept what it is, also as well. And like I said, it could make you very irritated, angry, or whatever the case may be. You end up grieving those particular situations, also as well could be significant. But it's like sometimes you got to accept people for who they are. It's like, sometimes people ain't really who they say they are. And it's like sometimes you may fall for the okie doke, to where it's like, damn, I just fell for another okie doke, another person that ain't truly who they say they are, whatever the case may be. But also life goes on. So it's like, don't stay there to where you are, continuously in that cycle of feeling like you got to overextend, or you feel like you can't necessarily move out of the energy of certain people showing up for who they are, also as well. The mask is going to fall regardless. So whether it takes 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, in regards to certain people of holding on a particular mask, some people are better at doing it than others. That's just kind of what it is. Some people are elite mask wearers. Okay, they're elite at this shit. Okay, so that could be significant at this time. And it could be to the point to where it's like, damn, like my intuition is always on point. Like, how the fuck didn't I see this person? You know, how did I not see, you know, these particular signs or whatever the case may be? You could have been unbalanced at one point. This could have been a test also as well for you. You just never know. Sometimes certain things are, you know, also when it comes to higher level energy, you know, high level energy, high level, devils in a sense also as well. So it's like the test will become harder, you know, also as well, the more you continue to go. So, and that all boils down to you remaining in balance. You remaining in your energy also as well. You remaining grounded at this time. So that could be significant. All right, what else for the feminine energy? I'll be moving on to the masculine soon. The masculine message. What else for the feminine? 8th house. Someone's a Scorpio and a Gemini is significant. Communication. Whales are significant. The energy of whales, they hold a lot of deep wisdom. Opposition, tension, oppositions. Two-faced energy with the Gemini. Certain people may be very two-faced around you. Okay, so also Scorpio energy is that energy of transformation. There's a blue jay here. The blue jays, the red cardinals, and they have been surrounding my house like so deep lately. So high on protection energy can be significant also as well. Certain oppositions are being exposed of two-faced energy. So it's like certain people you're starting to realize they're not truly who they say they are. And these are certain oppositions that you may be dealing with here. Okay. It's like transformation, mystery energy is that 8th house energy, Scorpio energy, Pluto energy also as well. So it's like, as you're transforming, as you're elevating, as you're raising your vibration here, whoever the people that are on that lower vibration that may have been wearing this mask all this time is being shown. All right, they're being shown at this time. And so I feel like this is an energy of acceptance also as well. Accepting who you are and where you're going at this time. And sometimes that's not always easy. When it comes to being so comfortable in that South Node energy and just comfortability in regards to just what we've always have learned over time and what society has taught us, and you're moving into new waters in regards to that, that actual higher vibration. You could have not even known that there was a low vibration and a high vibration. I thought we was just all in one vibration, also as well, when you're in that energy. I know that was something that I didn't know of also as well when I started, into my spirituality. So it's like, when you're in that energy to where it's like you're just now finding out, or you find out that, there's low vibration and high vibration. It's like, and then you're noticing that, or you're knowing, or you're finding out that you can't take every low vibrational person with you when you're in a high vibration, that some things have to go and they have to fall off and release. That is something that is, tough to deal with also as well. Okay, so that could be something that you're transforming in regards to these particular lessons here and that you're learning, and it could be tough also as well for you. Give yourself grace at this time, okay? A lot of this is something to where Spirit knows that this is something that you're not used to, so give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up for it, is what I'm picking up on, okay? Lilith, so something can be significant. You may need to check your birth chart in regards to your Lilith. 7th house energy, love and partnership also as well. Okay, so that is Libra energy. So a Libra could be significant, or this is just certain love relationships that you have, whether that's a partner or whether that is friendships, that is Lilith is that wild femininity. I don't know too much about Lilith energy at this time, so I need to do more research about that. But someone may need to check their Lilith, okay? But that could be significant in regards to, the partnerships that you connect with, the people that you connect with at this time could be significant. Yeah, challenge and disharmony. Sixth house and 12th house also as well. Spirituality, dreams, and Neptune. Neptune is ruled by also, I believe, Pisces energy. So the 12th house is your spirituality. So Pisces energy can be significant. Sixth house is Virgo. Virgo energy can be significant also as well. Work and routine, challenge and disharmony, spirituality also as well here. There could be challenges with coworkers, could be significant at this time, or it could be a challenge working nowadays. When you move into your spiritual journey, it'd be hard to work consciously at a job that is completely unconscious. It's hard to do that. So trust me, I know. Okay. And this is why I was led to go this way for my freedom. Also as well, because working and being conscious in a community is kind of just working for it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. So some of you could be kind of having a challenge in regards to that, to where it's like it gets more tiring and more tiring going to work. Also as well, going to work for somebody else, and it's like that energy in you is like, I need this freedom. I need to be broken free of this matrix energy. Yeah, trust and believe, that is so much. And it's like you want to show up as just genuine, or just kind of in a good mood, because you don't want to bring that dampering to the society, or just kind of you want to be in a space to where you can just have a better day, instead of being so in a lower energy in regards to being around other people. But it's like that's really tough to deal with when you are having to go to work, because it's like, why are we working? What I'm saying? Why do we have to pay for this? Why do we have to da-da-da-da? And it's like, it gets so irritating having to just repeat it, especially when you feel like you're supposed to be freed from society norms at this time. So that could be very tough right now. Some of you are meant to be in certain workspaces, like I was saying in the beginning of this message. Some of you are meant to be in certain workspaces at this time, to up level the energy. But some of these things that you may want to kind of start looking into, if spirit has been bringing you downloads in regards to getting out of that energy. So I'll speak for myself in regards to what my purpose was in regards to being in particular jobs. When I was working for the VA and I was working for the government for 10 years, I was so proud to be working for that, when I was 23 and things of that nature. And then once I hit 33, I got out of there. So it's like, one of the things that Spirit had told me of why I was there working for the VA was because of the fact of my energy was meant to bring truth and fairness in that system. But when you have a system that's going against you, to where you're still trying to bring that truth and fairness in that society, and and now it's causing turmoil. You got management that's looking at you a certain type of way, maybe treating you a certain type of way also as well. And Spirit's like, okay, time to get out of there. It's like you may have been meant to wake up certain people that was in co-workers that was in that society, to where you spoke up against the things that wasn't meant to be, that other people wouldn't usually use their voice for. One of the things that I noticed when we would have our meetings at this job was certain people wouldn't say certain things because of they were afraid of losing their job, or afraid of having tension with a boss, or whatever the case may be. Me, I don't kiss ass, so I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. I don't give a fuck. I'm not kissing your ass, type shit in regards to a boss. You can like me, you don't have to like me. I don't care. I'm here to do my work. So it's like I started speaking up, all the time during these meetings, and it created tension and creating issues, and I started having issues with multiple, managers. And this is kind of just a thing that I've always went through, in regards to speaking certain things into existence. But that was part of my purpose. I was meant to be in that area in the government to speak my truth. And now I left that situation, because at the end of the day, that government is going to be the government regardless of what some certain people say. That's the whole part of that entity. So I was like, so Spirit was like, yep, it's time for you to get out of that energy, get out of that entity, get out of that contract with that particular, that government entity, and then, while I was, when I was working, I was working from home actually for a good 9 years. And so on that 10th year, Trump came into office again, and Trump made us all go back into office. And so I was in office for 1 to 2 months. I think it was only 1 month though. I was in office for 1 month. And so during these before that, like I think like a good 6 months to a year, while I was still working at home, I was having issues with getting downloads from my spirit team, and also trying to work and be very, because with my job I had to be very focused, to where I had to analyze certain things, I had to line certain things up, I had to make sure that the veterans was enrolled correctly. So it took a lot of brain power for me to be in this job. So it's like, so I'm focused on this, a lot of brain power. I'm fucking exhausted also as well. And it's like, and then the whole time I'm getting fucking downloads from my spirit team. Okay. So it's like, I'm over here working, and then I'm like writing certain things down because my spirit team's talking to me, and just, I'm multitasking, I'm all over the place type of energy also as well. And it's like, I'm like, damn, so what else can I do? I'm like, I don't know if I can continue to keep doing this. So, like I said, during that time of when, Trump came into office and told us all government workers had to go back into office, we went into office, and I was there for a month. And so I was like, I'm definitely not about to be here, because I was like, I'm going to be getting my downloads. I was like, Spirit's going to be talking to me. I was like, I can't focus. I was like, when I'm actually behind closed doors, I can do this because I'm not necessarily around management, and things of that nature. So when I went to go work, or when I went to go in office, also as well, so one of the things is I had a woman behind me, and I had a chick in front of me also as well. So randomly, because I'm a medium, so randomly her father came up to me, spiritually, and kept bugging me. Okay, also as well. So I was like, see, I can't be doing this to where the spirits is, talking to me while I'm at work. So, her father was here. I didn't even know this was her father, but he was telling me that he was her father. That was in front of me, the lady that was in front of me. And that can sometimes be very uncomfortable, because you don't know how that other person is going to take it, to where if they believe in it or they don't believe in it. So I had to go over there, because I was like, he's just going to keep on bothering me until I say something to her. So I went over there to go talk to her, and I was like, hey, do you have a father that passed on? And she was like, yeah. I was like, and I explained what he looked like, or whatever case may be, and how he, the information that he was giving me. He said something about her sister. I said her name and things of that nature. And she started bawling, crying, and I started crying also as well. And it was just a whole moment, also as well, to where I connected her with her father. And so she's like, he's been on my mind very heavy lately, and things of that nature. And it was just a whole, situation, a whole moment. But that was literally the first month that I was in office. Sorry, I had to do a puzzle. That was the first month that I was in office, and I've only had those particular moments 2 times, or 2 to 3 times, with certain people that are like, in person, because I don't really get out much. So it's like, that was something that happened. And then over the next course of 2 weeks, there was an opportunity for me to be able to leave that job and completely go full on entrepreneurship. So it's like, sometimes you're meant to be in certain spaces to, communicate in certain things, because I feel like there was a reason why I was there for a month, to where I was able to go ahead and speak to her and tell her certain things and certain information with her father, and then I was completely gone. So it's like, sometimes some of us have that energy to where we are as earth angels. Earth angels energy, or light workers, we are meant to be in certain spaces for a certain period of time, and then you may be gone, to where you may be shifting also as well, or you may be meant to be over here, or certain relationships. It's like certain things that you're meant to relay the message is what I'm picking up on. So attachment, that could be why spirit may be working with you in regards to attachment issues. Codependency also as well. Codependency was one of the things that I had to navigate through in regards to my isolation journey, of being, in that anxious attachment style, or being, codependent on, making sure I had to have somebody who was a friend, or I had to have somebody to talk to, or I had to have somebody to live with, or whatever the case may be. And like for the past 3 years, I've been isolated. So it's like, sometimes that can get to you because you're so used to having that attachment and codependency to other people. But when spirit is working through you to be that, to stand stern in your energy and that light power, you'll be isolated. Okay, so some of you could be moving into isolation, or you've been in isolation, and you kind of wanted to get back out, and it's like spirit may be kind of blocking you from being isolated, or from getting out of isolation could be significant. Excuse me, confirmation. So this could be an energy to where, you may be kind of like you've been isolated and you're like, damn, where's my friend at? Where's a friend? Or where's my person? Type of energy also as well. And you could have ran into false people, to where it's like, certain things ain't take off the way you wanted them to take off. And it's like, well, damn, I've been isolated for this long time, or whatever the case may be. Why is no friendship, or whatever the case may be? Because it's not the time. You got to wait for spirit. You got to wait for spirit. I'm hearing don't get ahead of yourself. What does your soul say? All right. So it's like physicality things, like certain things could be on the physical to where you're getting tired, or, you want certain things like that fleshly desires. Your flesh is desiring certain things that it may have desired at one point in time. And this is something to where your soul is like, that's not for you at this time. Your flesh is desiring that, but not your soul. Your soul is calling you for something different than what your flesh is calling you for. This could be also in regards to sexual desires, could be significant, to where, there's certain sexual things that you are used to, but your soul is telling you to come back to yourself, to where you may need to abstain from having sexual pleasures with certain people. Manifesting and doing and celebrate your wins also as well here. All right. Whenever it comes to manifestations and things of that nature, you got to withhold energy. All right. You got to withhold energy because you got to withhold all your power, solar plexus energy, your willpower energy. So it's like, manifestations, you got to withhold it and you got to allow it to manifest. You got to allow it to create type of energy also as well in order for it to bloom correctly. So I speak about this a lot of times in regards to environment, in regards to plants also as well. When you're planting a seed, you can only plant certain seeds in certain environments, certain soil. It depends on certain nurturing also as well that it needs, or a certain season of when it will bloom and when it is meant to be planted also as well in regards to certain things, that particular garden energy. So it's like certain things may not be the season for you to bloom. It's the season for you to continue to nourish the soil. So that could be significant at this time. All right. Don't get ahead of yourself, type of energy, or you will stunt your own growth is what I'm picking up on. Let me get a goddess message here for the feminines, and I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to get a crystal. Actually, I'm going to get a crystal message also as well for y'all. Citrine is significant. Someone may need to work with citrine. That is a yellow crystal. So solar plexus is very significant at this time. Your power. Where are you giving your power to? All right, your own willpower. Where are you lacking in confidence? Also as well. It's significant. Show me the energies. What does the feminines need to know? Close the messages out. Control issues. Okay, like I said, this is kind of like gold and orange, but control issues here. All right, yellow jasper. So someone may need to work with yellow jasper also as well, could be significant. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Yeah. So in this sense here, in regards to others trying to control you, is you giving your power to other people. So it's like, the energy to where it's like certain people can hold your power by you having codependency over those people, to where it's like you're holding on so tight that you can't release that attachment. Energy is what's significant is what I'm picking up on. That's when people have your control. When people have your control, you are worried about what other people are saying. You make your moves based on what people are telling you to do besides you making moves on your own. Type of energy also as well is significant. Worried about what other people think, have your control also as well. So this is where you're needing to call your power back to where you make the moves, what you want to do, instead of allowing people to control you of how you move, how you show up. If you are someone who you don't post certain things, like I said in the beginning of this message, in regards to maybe you're meant to speak certain things, you're getting urges, but you're like, I don't know if I should probably say that on social media because I might offend someone. I don't know if I should say that because someone may not like me, or I might lose a follower or two, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, that has nothing to do with you. Okay, type of energy, because it's like, that's who you are. If you're being guided to do certain things, and you're afraid of what other people may think or what other people may say about you, you're allowing them to have power over you than you have in your own power, is what I'm picking up on. Okay, so it's like, so what if you lose particular followers? You gain more followers. Okay, also as well, because the right people are going to be aligned with you to attract the people that are actually going to, be on the same vibration as you, or have the same mindset in regards to what you're thinking. So it's like, who cares, type of energy. Bottom of the deck here, forgiveness heals. All right, pink energy, self-love energy also as well. It says here, time to release repressed anger as if it's blocking your health and your happiness. And this could be repressed anger from how people have treated you over time. That's when people still have your control. Or still have your, that power over you. So it's like, into the point to where, for instance, you're in a relationship and certain narcissistic people or whatever the case may be, and they treated you so bad, they cheated on you, they did all of this stuff, whatever the case may be. And you're still like, this person did this to me, and this is why I'm this way, and blah, 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 and this is why I can't trust people, and this is why I'm this is why, because of that person. And it's like, yeah, but you played a part in this also as well, whether you sticked around, or whatever the case may be in regards to this particular situation. So it's like, you taking the accountability for yourself, and that's when you're also taking your power back to where you're not always just continuously pointing the finger. This is why I'm this way. This is why this person did this, and blah, blah, blah. This is why I got to keep my heart, cold because of other people, and blah, 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 whatever the case may be. No, you don't. You gotta release that energy. That could be suppressed anger that you're holding on to in regards to how people treated you, and that has nothing to do with you. That's how their character shows up. So it's like, what it is detaching from how people show up as who they are versus how you show up. So it's like, that's something that I've dealt with all my life. People acting funny towards me, people randomly acting funny, people acting weird, people being jealous and envious, people wanting to kind of, humble me in a sense also as well. You think you're all that, you think you know too much, blah, 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 whatever case may be. People wanted to leave me out of the mix also as well, to make me feel some type of way, to make me feel alone, and things of that nature. And it's like, to me, it's like, yeah, I can be mad about that. There was a time where I was mad about it. I was like, okay, y'all think y'all funny, y'all want to be this way, whatever case may be, I'm gonna be this way, type of energy. But it's like, there came to a point, that was when I was giving them my power. So it's like, yeah, we got her now. She can, she's still feeding into our energy. She's still feeding into our tactics and things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. To the point to where I was like, nope, I'm cutting the cord or whatever. Because I'm like, I'm detaching from that completely. That's your ugly attitude. That's your ugly energy that I'm not dealing with anymore. So I'm going to detach from that energy, and I'm going to be who I am. So it's like, so if people show up fake towards you, if they show up in a way to where they don't know how to treat the way, treat a person that is actually loving on them, or whatever the case may be, or showing up as genuine as you are, that's on them. That's not on you. So it's like, sometimes we can take that as if that is our problem of overextending. And sometimes, yes, we don't need to overextend, also as well could be significant. But it's like, we cannot, that's to the thing to where you mishandle me. So that's on you. Okay. Type of energy. And you're going to miss out on that person. Most of the time, those same people, they want you to come back around. They want to be back around in your energy because they didn't have someone who loved you or loved them the way that you loved them, type of energy. And that's where they miss out. That's where you drew the line in regards to, I'm not going to continue to give to someone who didn't accept me for who I was, and that's where they got to sit with that in their heart, to where they may not attract somebody who is going to be the same type of person that you was at one point in time in their life. So it's like, that's where the win is. That's where the W is, so it's like, people may think that you lost, or you lost that particular situation, but at the end of the day, they lost you, because you was the light that was in that situation with someone who was trying to continue to bring you down to that darkness, and you kept on shining your light in regards regards to that situation. So that can be significant also as well at this time, to where you're needing to detach yourself from the power of how other people have treated you, and you continue to show up as who you are and who you are meant to be. So it's like, if you've always been that person that had that light, that genuineness, you've always been someone who showed up as, that person that was meant to be trusted, and it's like everybody else is, you can't trust them and they can't trust this friend or whatever the case may be, and you're still that person that is this way, and people mishandled that. So what? Okay, let it go. Let them get that cord of power of what people are trying to hold over you, because that's also where that energy of people pleasing is, to where you want to please those people, in a sense here, because you still want to hold on to that relationship, and it's like sometimes you just got to cut that cord and detach yourself from people that don't appreciate for who you are. Okay. All right, goddess message. Ooh. Intuition. All right, intuition at this time. All right, so trust your intuition. Queen Nandi. And Sacred Lust Quatesh also as well. I feel like this is your sexuality. I feel like this is that nakedness within you. Also as well here, feminines. I feel like this is an energy to where knowing what is lust and what is also, divine desire, in a sense here, is what I'm picking up on. Tapping in with your body could be significant. Loving on your body, loving the way you show up in regards to your body, feeding your body goodness, also as well as significant. So taking care of your body internally and externally, is what I'm picking up on. Okay. And also I feel like this may be for someone who may be still, sexual and having sexual desires with certain people that don't really need to have your sexual energy. So you're needing to call your back or call your power back from these particular people. Some of these people aren't necessarily, they only want you for that lustful energy. And you may already kind of know this, but it's like, you may be like, oh, damn, I don't even know if I really am able to kind of, go abstinent. Yeah, you can. You just got to put one foot in front of the other and keep on going and just value yourself and value your body. Okay. Trust me, I was there. Okay. I'm 3 years in now, 3.5 years in, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, 3.5 pretty much. And trust, all right, I was in a space where I was like, damn, I gotta keep on holding back. The fuck? All right. All right. That is it for the feminine message. Moving on to the masculine. Masculines on the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Leadership at this time, masculines. There's a need for you to take initiative. You're going through initiation. All right. Some are failing the test, some are not failing the test. All right. So that could be significant at this time. But some of you masculines are being ushered into leadership. All right. And in the right way. All right. Also, as well as what I'm picking up on. So, a lot of people that may be in power, in leadership, we'll go ahead and say, y'all, that president, Trump, is in a leadership position, but is a corrupt leader. So it's like, you're being initiated into divinity as far as divinity, leadership is what I'm picking up on. Okay. So this is an energy to where I also am picking up on that breaking of the ego. All right. And like I said, some of these masculines are passing the test and some of these masculines are not passing the test. Exactly. Legacy energy. It's like, where is your legacy at? What does your legacy show? What does your purpose show? Also as well, what is that generational patterns, them generational wealth energy? Like, what is it generationally that you're meant to break in regards to your bloodline? Okay. And in regards to generationally, when we think about the things that have been going on in generations after generations after generations, have been very egotistical men, very patriarchy society, very, I'm above it all type of energy also as well, to where I don't have to, it's just a lot. So it's like, this is where you're breaking that pattern in regards to being that particular type of leader, that I've been talking about this for a while for the masculine for like 2-3 years. Okay, is in regards to changing your reality, your your outlook on being that particular provider or that particular leader energy also as well. So it's like the old version that has been in society for generations and generations has been that that masculine that has took on that provider role, but you don't take on, or you don't necessarily pour back into yourself. You're working for everyone, you're doing for everyone else, and yeah, exactly, 10 of wands. It's time to let that go, because you have to see the light within you. Okay, also as well here. So it's like, yes, it's not saying that you're not still going to be that provider role. It's not saying that you're still not going to have that leadership or whatever the case may be, but it's like, tweak it. It's time to tweak it. It's time for an upgrade in a sense here. It's like, to where you have been extending outside of yourself, and then you'll continue to ignore yourself. You'll continue to ignore your mental health. You'll continue to ignore your physical bodies, and things of that nature. And it's like, the whole time that has not worked out for you. It hasn't worked out for generations before you also as well. So it's like, so now it's time to upgrade the system in regards to how you show up. So if you can't show up for other people more at this time, because you have to feed back into yourself, you have to fill your cup first, you got to take care of your mental health, then that's exactly the direction that you're meant to go. Because you have to lay some of these burdens down at this time. Some of you have taken so many burdens because you're listening to that, oh, you got to be a leader, oh, you got to be a provider, oh, you got to have all the answers, oh, you gotta da. Sometimes you don't always have the answer. Okay, sometimes you don't always have the answer. All right, and sometimes some of you have been so distorted in a sense here to where you don't even have direction, and you just will throw something out there because it's like, oh, I just feel like this might be it. And it's like, whole time you're in a distorted version of the masculine. So it's like you're just throwing things out there, and it's the blind leading the blind, type of energy. Okay, and you wonder why we don't see more divinity within masculines in society, and it's like, that's why you're seeing more of them actually rise. The ones that are actually starting to come to the front, that are speaking against the abuse against women, against children, and things of that nature, and the fucked up shit that some of these men be spreading also as well. You're seeing those that are starting to be pushed up in the forefront, because they're meant to, because they're being pushed into leadership as the real true leaders that they're meant to be as masculine men, taking on that divinity. So that could be very significant. 10 is very significant also as well, is what I'm picking up on. Hey, yeah, 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. It's like, whatever it is that once had a hold in regards to you guys' energy here for the masculines, it's like that you're pushing through to let that go, because it's no longer the identity that you are living in. You was taught a particular identity to live in as a man, and that's not truly the identity that you're meant to be walking in, is what I'm picking up on. So it's like, this is where you are releasing whatever it is that had that hold of you, and you're releasing it and moving on to a victory, because like I said, the sun is going to shine. So some of you could be in a space to where that sun has not shined in quite some time, type of energy, to where it's like you haven't necessarily really truly been in joy and happiness. It's been an illusion of happiness. It's like, a lot of people, oh, what I do for others, it makes me happy and blah, blah, blah. But you're doing for people that are beggars and choosers, or beggars and not necessarily choosers. You're doing for people that are always breadcrumbing you. You're doing for people that don't necessarily care about you on the actual deeper meaning of life in general. It's very surface level energy. So it's like, you wonder why men are still depressed and men are still committing suicide more than women. Men are still in spaces to where they are having certain issues within their mind, to where they're having more depression energy also as well. They die quicker also as well. They die at a younger age than women, and things of that nature, because there's so much pent up energy that you guys have not been releasing. You don't necessarily release during cries. You don't express your vulnerability and things of that nature. So you're clogged. You're clogged pretty much. All right. And it's like, and then whole time you think that you're okay. And it's like, most of the time you sit with yourself and you realize you're not truly okay. You're not truly okay. But you don't necessarily know how to navigate out that energy. Judgment, a wake-up call. All right, it's like they're getting the wake-up call at this time. And like I said, some of them are going to take that initiative and do what they're being called to do, and some of them are going to fall. They're going to continue to be in them same patterns over and over and over. So when we've been talking about divine unions and unions, twin flame or soulmate energy also as well, that's been coming up, and how the masculine energy has been very prevalent in regards to taken their initiative in regards to being that leader. And it's like, and some of you may be getting readings, and it's like 1 minute your person is meant to be coming towards you, the next minute it's like, oh, they're not passing the test, or whatever the case may be. This is where that attachment energy, you cannot hold on to those energies in regards to someone, of who someone you may be thinking that you're meant to be with, or you may be possibly meant to be with. But like I said, free will is always at play. So it's like, in regards to, that's why I don't really like to do love readings as much, because I can tell you something 1 month, you come back the next month and you're like, oh, all of a sudden this person started changing, I thought I was supposed to be with this person. I thought you said that we were meant to be, It was meant to be in that energy at that point in time. But this person took a turn, okay, to where they chose to go a different route. They didn't necessarily decide to go with their calling in a sense to where the direction they're supposed to go. So it may show up differently in the energy now. Everybody has free will. All right, so that could be significant at this time also as well. But like I said, some of these masculines here, you guys are getting the wake-up call, and you're being called to duty at this time, okay? And I feel like a lot of this has to do with you internally, into shifting into who you are and who you identify as. So this could be you creating a whole new identity within yourself at this time, all right? 111 is significant, yeah. And that is, the 1 is the energy of identity also as well. It's you. Could be significant. So it's like, you're in a space to where you are identifying who are you at this time. Who are you outside of what people tell you to who you need to be. You could have had a father, growing up, and it's like this person, they gave you the wrong information because of the fact that they was corrupt themselves. Or maybe you didn't even have a father in your life also as well, and you just had to learn from all the other men that have been in society. But like I said, a lot of these men in society have been corrupted masculines. So it's like, so you took on that identity of a corrupt masculine, and that's the way you think that a man should be. But it's not truly what spirit is showing you that man should be. Egotistical. And it's like, step into your higher self. That's where your true power is. Yeah. You've been at a 2 of Swords energy. Yes. Like I said, childhood. I'm telling you, 6 of Cups energy. So you've been at a 2 of Swords energy of that crossroads energy, to where you don't necessarily know what direction to go. You don't make the right type of decisions also as well. Could be significant in sort. And it's because of the fact that you've been in your wrongful energy. All right. So it's like you have to tap back into that feminine energy within yourself at this time. The Hierophant, lessons over lessons, Taurus energy. All right. So it's like there's been certain particular lessons here that you've been, repeating the same cycles. Why I keep on repeating the same cycles? Why I keep on attracting the same type of people? Why does these keep on happening? Why do I keep having these same things? It's like because you are not learning the lesson with the Hierophant in reverse. Your belief system is corrupt also as well in regards to the way you believe certain things. So it's like you got to change when you step more into your higher self, you start realizing what you truly know within than what everybody else is showing you on the outside, is what I'm picking up on. Higher self energy. When are you in your ego and when are you in your higher self? That will show you exactly the decisions that you make. Is when you're in your higher self, you make more decisions that are more aligned with your intuition, more aligned with the ease, more aligned with your purpose, more aligned with the authenticity of yourself, the truth also as well. When you're in your ego, this is like ego is good for us also as well. But when we have a tampered ego, you're making decisions that are ego based in a sense to where it satisfies the outer side of you. It satisfies the flesh, it satisfies the quick, type of, temporary satisfactions and things of that nature. Okay. It satisfies that, to fill your head up in a sense, than to actually be what you actually need and what you actually want. Like I said, fleshly desires. So, there's certain things here that there's needing to be released so that you can start moving in that energy of your higher self at this time. Purpose is being called. Yeah, exactly. Purpose is being called. It's the movement energy and the way you move. But like I said, that 4 of Swords energy is spiritual counseling. So it's like, the way you move is your higher, you coming in tune with your higher self. And you have to go back within. That's also that energy of feminine energy. So, externally, in regards to how you move, or, internally of how you move and connecting back with the feminine energy within yourself, we all have the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy within ourselves. That's that yin and yang energy of the balance for us. So it's like, as a masculine, you being too much in your masculine energy and not touching in with your soft, your feminine side, which is vulnerability, your emotions, which is your intuition also as well, and which is also the intuition is connecting with spirit, that spiritual counseling. So it's like when you're completely off balance and you're too much in that masculine energy, which is ego, and feminine is more so higher self, then you are moving in directions to where you're not coming back to the balance. So you're imbalanced in a sense here, to where you're not, like I said, you're not necessarily in tune with yourself. And you're not getting the right direction with your intuition because you're not tapped in with the feminine version of yourself. So I've been talking about this for quite some time now in regards to the masculine surrendering to the feminine energy, and that's the feminine energy within yourself at this time. Surrendering to divine mother also as well. So it's like, being too clogged in regards to your emotions and your feelings, and you're not necessarily expressing them, and they're just clogged and they're suppressed. You're suppressed then. Your energy suppressed. You got very surface level relationships around you, very surface level conversations, very surface level jobs, just surface level all around type of energy. There's no depths to anything. And it's like it creates this energy of what's it called? Stagnancy. It's just stagnancy. It's just kind of, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's stunted growth in a sense, to where it's like there may be a little bit of something, but it's like it's never really fulfilling. It's like that's why a lot of times when we're in certain positions and spaces and things of that nature, it's like, and most of the times when men are in relationships also as well, you settled with a feminine that that felt fed into your ego instead of your higher self. To where it's like, someone who actually wants just the surface level of you, the physicalities, take care of me, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, this person, they'll never ask you how you doing mentally, also as well. Or maybe they do ask you how you doing mentally, but you're not safe enough to open up to that person because you're not tapped in and tuned in with yourself. Show me what else for the masculines. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Just a second. Ooh. Shuffling for the masculines. Wisdom. All right, wisdom. Ashe. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes, y'all. Ashe. But wisdom, it's like this is what you're needing to tap into, is that wisdom here, that wisdom that's within at this time. White doves could be significant, or white seagulls could be significant, or just white birds. That's that purity energy. There's something here that needs to purify within yourself also as well. Someone could be an earth sign. I'm looking at this earth here, just connecting with Mother Earth, plants energy also as well. The wisdom that's coming from your guides, your spirit team that's internally. And like I said, that's where your joy is. That's where your peace is. A lot of times, a lot of men, y'all be in spaces to where it's like, I can't find my own peace. This person ain't my peace. I ain't got no peace. And whatever case may be, you're not in peace with yourself. I'm going to say that again. You're not in peace with yourself. So how do you expect somebody else to be a peace for you when you're not in peace with yourself, when you don't even take care of yourself mentally, when you don't even take care of yourself physically, when you don't even take care of yourself emotionally? Can't nobody help you with that but yourself. Service and isolation. All right. So some of you may be getting called to be in isolation so that you can take some time for yourself. You out here servicing everybody else but yourself. It's like you're out here doing whatever you need to do for everybody else but yourself here. All right. And it's like, that's where you're being, I'm telling you, self-worth. Okay. You see how this person is being ushered? Everything's cold on the outside. It's cold everywhere else. Everything's cold, distance, emotionally disconnected, whatever the case may be, it's cold out here. But it's like, this is hot right here. This is where that warmth is on this chair. Someone's being ushered into position to go sit on your throne for self-worth here. Value yourself. Recovery and victim also as well here. Recovery fell into wisdom. It's like an energy of the key. Like, what's the key that you're getting? This is the spiritual key that spirit is bringing to you in regards to this particular wisdom that you're needing to tap into. And it's like, that's where your recovery is. You know, when someone goes through, illness or whatever case may be, because I'm looking at this illness here. When someone goes through illness, this can be mental illness, this can be spiritual illness, this can be, physical illness also as well. Or just, also, anxiety, depression, or, also, what's called illness in regards to even this victim mode also as well, being in victim all the time. It's me, or what about me, also as well, whatever case may be. And a lot of time when someone's always in this victim energy to where it's like, oh, it's always about me, or what about me energy, and nobody's necessarily pouring into me, and everybody else always does this to me, and blah blah blah, you're doing too much of giving yourself out, type of energy, to where you don't tend to yourself, to where you're needing somebody else to tend to your own wounds. And it's like, in the whole time, spirit's like, recover yourself at this time, in regards to you coming back to you at this time also as well. So it's like some of you are getting the key to this wisdom, to this energy that you're meant to get, but it's like you're not necessarily discovering it. You're not necessarily taking the key to unlock it within yourself. You got to unlock the energy within yourself here when you're allowing yourself to keep on, or take that energy of wisdom. So you got to unlock it. It's like, you can have the key all you want, but you got to put the key in the ignition to get it to start, okay? Perception and creation here, all right? It's like, change your perception on the world and the society that you have. And it's like, that's where you start to creating that whole different version of yourself, that whole different life of you, also as well here. All right. So it's like, there's something here that you're getting a key of wisdom to recover yourself from certain things that have not been what is meant to be, for you to change that perspective of yourself. And when you put that key in the ignition type of energy, or you unlock that door, you unlock a whole different perception. You unlock a whole new world. You unlock a whole new different source of creation. You unlock a whole new identity of yourself. That's what you're coming, needing to unlock in this energy, is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, mysticism. And this may be bittersweet also as well, in regards to stepping into new waters, but it's like, at the end of the day, this is part of the quest. This is part of the journey. In regards to stepping into new levels, new waters, also as well here. You may be sitting on insecurity, but this is what's going to balance you. Also as well here. It's like, a lot of times you may be insecure because it's like, damn, I don't know if I really choose. This is what I mean by masculines and being in your ego of always having the answers, or thinking you always have the answers, or always needing to answer to something. And it's like, so it's like, when you take a step back and it's like, damn, I don't have the answer for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want to tell her or tell this or whatever that I don't have the answer or whatever, because I may not seem like a man. And it's targeting your insecurity. And it's like, in whole time you're dealing with the wrong type of people, or it's like, whole time you're insecure in the things, you're too built on this ego of having to have every single answer, having to have every single direction all the time. And it's like, you don't always have to have the answer. You always don't have to have the direction in regards to certain things. Sometimes it takes time to receive the answer. And when you're in receiving mode, that's that feminine energy. You're sitting back and you're receiving. That's where the balance is. So that's where you're imbalanced in regards to not receiving the direction, because you're not in your rightful energy. You're not balanced. You're imbalanced. Okay. So it's like, you may be, tussling with this insecurity, but it's like, you don't even have to be insecure if you actually tap in with yourself. Some of you need to pray more. All right. And then see, that's what's crazy. It's like, it's all like here, like literally. It's like, some of you may need to pray more. All right. At this time, ask for guidance, ask for help. And when you're asking for guidance, when you're praying for that key, and that knowledge and that wisdom, where's it at? That recovery. You ask for that key. You ask for that answer. And Spirit's like, here, I gave it to you. And it's like, you got to be able to receive it. And receiving energy, feminine energy. Feminine receives. Masculine takes the action. So it's like, if we're balanced within ourselves, we're waiting for spirit, we're waiting for that key, waiting for that discovery within our mind, because we're in our feminine and we're in our vulnerability. We're able to be receptive to the answers, to the energy that we're receiving, whether it's coming from someone, that is meant to be guided towards you, soulmate energy. All right. This could be a soulmate, twin flame energy. Someone may be guiding you. A lot of times, like I said, right now that's happening, the feminine has rised. The feminine has woken up. So the feminine has been on her journey. So it's like, so some of you are being guided towards your feminine here, but you may be too insecure, too much, in your energy and your egotistical ways to where you don't want to hear certain things from women. I don't want to surrender to this, blah, blah, blah. You got to follow me. I need control over this situation, blah, blah, blah. And Spirit's like, surrender. Okay, because it's like these unions are not going to be one person above the other. It's going to be a partnership. So it's like you may not always have the answer in regards to this particular things that you're going down with your particular soulmate or twin flame in your partner. So that woman may have the answer. And you got to be man enough to be able to let your ego down and take that initiative of, okay, she's aligned with divine source. Okay, or whatever case may be, she knows what direction she's about to be going. I can follow sometimes too, not always being the leader every single time. That's the whole illusion. Somebody may be, it's kind of like the energy of someone being a car mechanic and someone who is a doctor, right? And so it's like you have the car mechanic as the, say it's a masculine, okay? You have the car mechanic as the masculine and you have the doctor as the woman, the healer or whatever the case may be. And so it's like you as the car mechanic is telling the doctor, nah, this ain't, you're wrong. You did it. Let me go ahead and do this myself in regards to my, in regards to my body and blah, 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 whatever case may be. And that sometimes that's the case. They can be wrong. Them doctors can be wrong sometimes, okay? Because they do be playing in our faces, but just, this is the example. So it's like, in regards to that particular mechanic, and that doctor, it's like you're trying to tell the doctor what to do and you're a mechanic, or the doctor trying to tell what the mechanic to do, but it's like you're not the mechanic, so it's like there's certain things that we're good at that someone else may not be good at. And it's like sometimes you got to take the back seat, to learn, to be the student, and then, you can move together, you can move differently, in regards to that. But it's like, you don't have to always have the answer. You don't have to always be the one that's taking the initiative and the lead. Okay. Also as well, sometimes you can take the back seat and you can switch positions again. But it's like, sometimes if you're too much in that backseat all the time, yeah, that's not where you want to be. You want to kind of just, that's where you leveling things out. We're both in it together. It's a team, partnership type of energy. Masculine messages. Feminine energy. Feminine energy, okay? Inner journey. Death card. You're going through a spiritual ego death with your inner journey here. And like I said, you got to be tapped into this feminine energy. All right? We are on the masculine energy, and I was talking about what is it for the masculine's energy right now? Feminine. I've been talking about the feminine energy within the masculines. All right. This is that energy to where you need to tap back into that energy, vulnerability, intuition, things of that nature, receiving, taking care of yourself, nurturing energy, also as well as feminine energy, nurturing yourself. All right. That's part of your inner journey. That's part of your evolution. Show me more. Eights are significant. Perception, emotional release, feminine energy. There's a need for you to tap into that vulnerability, that emotional energy. Like I said, you've been suppressing yourself all this time. So it's like you feel clogged, you're energetically clogged, you're spiritually clogged. So it's like, you're emotionally clogged here. There's a need for you to release at this time. How do I release? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm numb to shit all the time. I don't feel like I can cry. You know what I'm saying? It just don't come to me anymore because you suppressed it so much to where it's like your body is already naturally suppressing itself. So what do? Get out in Mother Nature. Go put your feet in the grass. Go sit by the water. Go connect with water. Also as well, prayer energy. Also as well as, like I said, I don't know how to unleash this suppressingness in my body, in my energy. I need help, guides, divine sources, ancestors, help me. Prayer. Okay, like I was saying, that came out in that card, that deck. So it's like praying, asking for that assistance, asking for that help. But when you ask for help, be ready to receive. Be ready to be able to receive that knowledge, that key, that guidance, whatever it is that you're being guided to do. I was just talking about this in another live in regards to, if that was to come, say for instance, all of a sudden you starting to think about therapy, all of a sudden you seeing therapy come across your screen, or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's your guidance. Maybe that's spirit telling you go tap in with your therapy, with your therapist. Maybe you're needing to go connect with a particular healer, also as well, a spiritual healer, to where you may be doing Reiki sessions also as well, or just whatever the case may be that you're being drawn to. Like I said, be open to receive at this time. Okay, when you also feel that energy of needing to cry, allow yourself to release instead of holding it. It may take a little bit of time because your body's so used to closing it down to where maybe you only have like a little tear okay, that comes down, but it's like but at least you're opening yourself up to the energy. Okay, is what I'm picking up on. Allow yourself to open it up. All right, but really get in that water. All right, also as well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put also the masculine bundle on sale, so that, y'all may, whoever is guided to get it or whatever case may be in regards to the spiritual tools that I have, masculine scrubs. I don't have any more of the feminine scrubs, but the masculine scrubs are available. I may put them on sale today, also as well. But this helps detoxify your energy, lift any stagnant energy also as well, spiritually cleansing your energy also as well. Spiritual hygiene is very significant. I was saying this at the beginning of the live in general, so that there's a need for you to tap in with your spiritual hygiene, withholding from sex. All right, withholding from sex, okay, at this time, because you're needing to learn your own energy at this time. If you have never been in a space to where you withhold from sex all the anytime before in your life, whatever case may be, you've always been jackrabbiting out here, you need to find out who you are and your own energy is outside of sex, outside of pleasure, outside of the physicality things at this time. So hold back your light force energy. That would hold your light force energy as a masculine is your cum, okay, your sex. All right, that's your light force energy. You need to hold that back so that you can discover who you are internally. All right. Perception, though, balance. You see this yin and yang energy. This is where that balance is. Teaching also as well. Some of you are meant to teach. You're meant to, and I'm looking at this roots and stability. I'm looking at this tree here also as well. Ancestor energy is what's coming on. So it's like you may be the generational curse breaker. You may be the person that's meant to break that lineage. That those patterns of the lineages, the patterns of your dad, the patterns of your uncle, the patterns of your grandfather, that they continue to carry on, that you have still internally within yourself. All right. When we're healing, we're not only healing ourselves, we're healing our lineages. So there's certain things that we may be passing through in regards to our healing, that we're passing through certain things that our dad dealt with, our mom dealt with, our grandpa dealt with, or whatever the case may be. And that's why healing can become so tough sometimes, because it's not always our energy that we're passing on or that we're cleansing out. Okay. At this time with the emotional release. So it's like, you may be up to bat, all right, at this time. Okay, it's like it's time for you to get in the game. Get your head in the game here. All right, knock it out the park type of energy. Someone may play baseball. Ptah, all right, Ptah here. All right, someone's connected to Ptah, the ancient deity, and what's it called? Egyptian energy. I can't remember right now off the back. Ptah. I was just looking about Ptah. I believe Ptah was like death and rebirth. Let me see. I did a whole research on Ptah and I completely forgot right now. My mind is not where it needs to be in regards to remembering this. So Ptah is deeply connected to creation, craftsmanship, and divine intelligence. That's what I thought. So Ptah stands for the creator God through thought and word. So it's like the thoughts manifest into, in regards to what you speak manifests. Okay. So the thing about Ptah is he created the world through his mind and speech. So, when it comes to creating your own reality, all right, that's what I knew that was what it was about Ptah. When it comes to Ptah's energy, through thought, and you create your own reality through your mind, and you also create it through what the words you speak. So negative speaking, negative thought patterns, things of that nature. You think negatively all the time. You speak negatively, or you speak death upon yourself instead of speaking life on you also as well. Okay, so it's like, perception keeps coming out also as well. Perception is here. So it's like your perception of things in regards to how you see the world, how you see life, and things of that nature. You need to change it. You need to evolve in a sense here. Okay, is what I'm picking up on. Speaking things into existence. All right, he imagined creation in his heart and then spoke it into existence. So in what space right now at this time are you speaking certain things into existence, and it's showing death around you? So when I mean by death, it doesn't have to be like, oh, croak over and die type of energy, when it comes to death. But it's like there's no life that's living there. It's very surface level. It's very, physicality, fleshly desires instead of what your soul is calling you to do, or what your soul has, that freedom energy. When you are connected with your soulmate, your soul energy, and things of that nature, you're fulfilled more instead of being less fulfilled because of what's outside of you, because you've been connected to everything outside of you versus what's internally. And it's like, so when you're connected to everything on the outsource, and you're like, damn, there's still something that's missing. Like, what's missing? Like, I just feel like there's nothing here that I'm feeling like that peace, that joy, that whatever the case may be, that's something that's just kind of not there, And it's like, so when you actually tap in with yourself, you got internal peace also as well. You start moving towards the direction of having the things that your actually heart desires. You start moving away things that don't necessarily truly are meant for you also as well. Okay, you're not necessarily people pleasing. You're not necessarily doing all these things externally outside of you also as well. You're tapped in with your authentic version of yourself. All right, so that could be significant at this time in regards to what are you forming within your mindset for your external world also as well here. All right, so when you're imbalanced, to where you're not balancing your energy, you're creating a life of unbalanced energy, and also you're connecting with people that are unbalanced also as well. Okay. And skill was Ptah also as well as skill is what is showing here. It's like some of you have a particular skill set. You may be even skilled at a lot of things also as well. You may be kind of multi-talented, to where it's like you can do this over here, you can do that over here, you can do this over here. And it's like in whole time, it's like you're not even tapped into really truly what, the skill that you're actually truly desired and meant to be in also as well here. So you're unfulfilled. How do I find my purpose is what I'm hearing. How do I find my purpose? Is someone may be speaking this right now or thinking this in your head as you're listening to this message. You find your purpose by going within. You find your purpose by actually doing the things that you actually truly want to do. Our heart's desires is always going to show up because that's who we authentically are. So when it comes to you making particular decisions, say for instance, it's like someone calls you up, hey, you're trying to do this and blah, blah, blah. The whole time you're wanting to focus on yourself, but you're falling victim to those other people because you are going outside of yourself. Yourself is telling you, I need to do this, but you're continuously neglecting yourself. You're neglecting you. So it's like, so when you continue to take that time to yourself and do the things that you actually want to do instead of taking everybody else's lead, taking everybody else's direction, listening to what everybody else got to say and blah, 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 that don't necessarily that's imbalanced themselves, you're going to continue to be imbalanced. You're going to continue to be in that wilderness of trying to search and search and search. And it's like whole time you're never going to find a way out. 8th house energy, transformation, Saturn lessons, and 7th house also as well. I can't make it up. Scorpio energy. This is heavy on transformation. 8th house is Scorpio energy. Transformation and lessons here. Scorpio, heavy on transformation. It's like something here is meant to transform. Saturn is the energy of karma. Saturn is the energy of lessons. Saturn is the energy of discipline also as well. It's like, so you continue to keep learning or continue to keep running to the same pattern, the same lesson, the same karmic pattern, karmic loop, and whatever case may be, because you're not disciplined enough to do what you're needing to do. And what I mean by this is you keep falling back every single time you decide to take a step forward instead of continue to stride forward the way that you're meant to go with that discipline and that consistency. Someone's inconsistent here, and it's like, and you keep wondering why things are inconsistent out of your environment, because you're not consistent yourself. Be more consistent. Be a man of your word. Okay. Also as well here. You want someone to be, have some sort of loyalty to you, but if you don't even have loyalty to yourself, they're not going to be loyal to you. Okay, 7th house is the partnerships and relationships. You may be dealing with certain people around you, friendships, family member, relationships, or whatever the case may be, situationships, or whatever that you're discovering that is not necessarily, fulfilling in the way that you want it to be fulfilled. The loyalty ain't the same. The way they show up ain't the same. The way they care ain't the same. The way they think ain't the same. Whatever the case may be, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, whatever in regards to this, because they're karmic. All right. This is karmic relationship. This is a lesson that you're meant to learn. All right. To choose yourself in this energy. To be more disciplined within yourself also as well. To show up for you at this time. Mars, exactly. Drive. Power. All right. Energy. It's like call your power back. And actually step into your purpose and your calling and the power that you're being called to do. And quit playing around. Chance and opportunity. You're getting a chance and an opportunity to shift and make things change. Fusion and energy, conjunction energy. Jupiter, expansion. The planet of expansion is Jupiter. The planet of abundance is Jupiter. You continue to limit yourself, all right, with these lessons, but it's like Spirit's like there is a chance and an opportunity for you to expand. But you continue to limit yourself. You continue to put yourself in a box. Oh, I'm afraid of what the homies is going to think, or whatever the case may be. You're going to continue to let them to have your power than you having your own power? Last message is for the masculine. Father wounds. All right. These are father wounds that you're dealing with. All right. Trust yourself. Trust your own direction. Trust your own journey at this time. Seek yourself at this time. All right. Some of you may have been, like I said, you've never had that father that's been in your life to show you the direction. That's our first teacher is our father in regards to direction, action, energy. That's that masculine energy. So it's like, so if you didn't have that particular father that showed you that in a sense here, or you had a father that showed you certain things, but they led you down the wrong way. Okay. Is what I'm picking up on. And it's like you could be in a space, because I'm picking up on the energy of someone who wanted to satisfy your father, because it's like, like I said, our first teacher is our mom and our father. Those are the ones that lead us to the directions that we're, our path usually shapes us and molds us to go. So when you have someone who is unbalanced and someone who is not necessarily, who hasn't broke those generational patterns, who continues to be taught what they're taught also as well, and they're not going within internally, they lead us astray in a sense, like I said, the blind leading the blind type of energy. And it's like you may have been in a space to where you needed to make your dad proud, also as well. I feel like this is someone who had certain issues internally when you was a child, in childhood. Maybe you was too vulnerable in a sense to where, or you was in a vulnerable state to where you was more of a, because when it comes to us, birthing children also as well, and children being brought into our worlds, this is also a lesson for our parents. So it's like, so if for instance, if you have someone, a particular father or mother who is very detached, they're going to get a very emotional child. They're going to get a child that is very, that they may deem as a crybaby, or just overly emotional and things of that nature. Because the whole point of that lesson with that particular parent is to tap in with their emotions, is to tap in with their feelings. Okay. If this is a particular parent that is overly emotional, also as well, you may have a child that may be someone who is more logical, that may, bring in the logical standpoint. So it's like, so this is something to where I feel like a masculine went through this particular situation to where your parents are very detached, or your father is very detached, may have dealt with multiple women, also as well, didn't necessarily care about women's feelings, may have told you to man up and things of that nature. But whole time what you was teaching that dad was to tap in with his feelings and his emotions. All right. So this could be something to where you are in a space to where you was always trying to live up to the standards of your father, or what your father told you, because that was your father figure. That was your, mentor, or what's it called? It's outside of mentor. God damn it. Your example, in a sense. That was your example. That was your I can't think of the word right now. Shit. But that was the part of you seeing that as your leader, okay? Role model. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. That was your role model, okay? That's your first role model, is your mom or your father. So these are the wounds that I'm picking up on at this time. Yeah. Promise, ignore, and dream. There's a fulfilling promise here when it comes to you stepping into your purpose, loyalty, things of that nature. It's like the things that we are tapped into in regards to your higher calling, or your north node energy. There is a particular fulfillment that comes with you're stepping into your purpose and into your calling. It's a promise. It's kind of like in religion ways, they talk about the promised land, or, you turn over your leaf into God and you turn over into serving the Lord. You pretty much have a fulfilling abundance of promise, in a sense. So it's like, this is what I'm tapped into in regards to this particular energy. It's like, this fulfilling promise that you are desiring and wanting, this whole dream life, this dream, whatever the case may be. It's like, it was all a dream is what I'm picking up on. Biggie Smalls could be significant. I used to read Word Up magazines. It's like, you could have been a big dreamer as a child. It's like, I want this when I'm a child, or when I want this, blah, blah. And when you have a bunch of naysayers, people that don't believe in things outside of themselves, or believe in, the higher energy, they'll speak those little seeds. They're planting seeds in you when you was a child, and when you was a teenager, and when you're an adult, or whatever the case may be. You can't have that. You gotta work for, the government. You gotta work for the man. You gotta work for the government. You gotta work for a hard job. You gotta work multiple jobs. You can't be free, financially free, or whatever the case may be. You can't have that perfect partner that you desire to have, that soulmate or that twin flame. You can't have, this and this and that, whatever the case may be. And it's like, because they are limited. They're limited. And it's like, so that is where it limited you in regards to the seeds that they planted within you at this time. You can most definitely have the fulfilling dream that you have. You just got to shape your reality. You got to change the way you think. You got to strive towards the way that you want to go. You got to be disciplined. You got to be consistent. You got to show up every single time. It's not going to always be handed to you. And I feel like this energy of ignoring, all right, focus, detox, and overlooking. You may be overlooking certain things also as well here, masculines. To where it's like you're needing to focus, and you may need to detox from certain people that are not meant to be around you at this time, that are not feeding the good within your life at this time. Who is feeding the good at you? Who is actually speaking life into you instead of speaking death to your manifestations? Now you don't even believe in your manifestations because you don't have so many naysayers and people around you that tell you that's not possible. And it's like, you could have, it depends on the person that you have around you. You can have somebody who's telling you, oh yeah, that's hella possible. You know what I'm saying? And then you can have someone over here that's like, no, definitely not possible at all. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like the rundown that they said, you was like, yeah, you're right. And now you don't even go towards what you desire. And then the person over here that was telling you, oh yeah, you can do it. You do have to be consistent. You do have to continue to show up for yourself. You do got to pour into yourself. You do got to be isolated for a little bit. And it's like, all these things to where it's like, oh, but it's worth it at the end. Okay, is what that person over here, the person that actually is meant to pour into you. And it's like, so it can be the same list. And it's like, so depending on who told it, who delivered the message, it's going to be the direction that you decide, or that can tamper your perception of things and how you see certain things in your mind. Because someone could tell you all of these things that you're going to have to do: consistency, show up for yourself, isolation, blah, blah, blah. And then the other person over here, consistency, show up for yourself, da, 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 da. And it's like, this person be like, you're going to miss out. You're not going to be around certain people. You're going to miss out on this and da, da, da. And it's not going to be worth it, bro. It's not going to be worth it. And then you can have somebody over here that's gonna be telling you, yeah, you gotta you're gonna miss some things though. You're gonna have to be alone for a little bit, but it's gonna be worth it in the end, type of energy. So it's like, you gotta watch who's giving you information, who's planting particular seeds in your mind. Okay? That's consumption energy. What are you consuming at this time? All right, crystal message here for the masculines. If anyone wants a personal while I'm on live, now's the time to send in your payment. All right, 2424. Multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. Many layers. All right. You continue to put yourself in a box in a category of I'm just this person. No, you're not. You are multidimensional. Okay. Like I said, someone who has a lot of skills, a lot of skill sets. You can do this over here. 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 It's because you're meant to be someone who flows. You glide in a sense, and this energy is what I'm picking up on. You're not meant to just be over here only. Okay, you're meant to go be over here, over here, over here. Maybe come over here again. Whatever the case may be. But it's like you're meant to go with the flow. All right, you can't be put in one box. Divine life purpose. Ooh, child. Spirit was flowing through me today. All right. Divine life purpose. Blue is very significant. All right. Aquamarine. All right. This is a lot of blue energy. Throat chakra energy. All right. Authenticity. Speaking your truth. Stepping into your calling energy also as well here. It says here, trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment at this time. Okay. And like I said, if you're in a space to where you're trying to listen to your inner guidance, but it feels like you ended up short-handed or, in a direction that you're not meant to go, is because something is tampered there. All right. There's a need for you to heal the internal self at this time so that you can be more aligned with spirit, to where you're receiving the right guidance and the right messages at this time. Okay. All right, that is it for the collective messages. If anyone wants to get a personal, now's the time to send in your payment, 2424 for Minnie. I'll probably be putting the masculine stuff on sale sometime this week. All right. So let's see if you guys can, you can get assistance in cleansing your energy. All right, at this time. Because it's definitely needed, for sure. Definitely needed for sure. But yeah, everyone else, check my spiritual store out. We got sugar scrubs on there. The feminine one is sold out, so I don't have no more of those. But I will be getting another batch together and charging that up and things of that nature, so it won't be ready for a while. A little bit of time is needed. Excuse me. The floor wash or the sacred floor cleanser is available on there. The spiritual baths, the intentional candles are available on the spiritual site. Also as well, sacred doorway protection is on there. The link is in the bio for my spiritual store though. Ooh, today is a hot day. This morning it was supposed to be raining today, but it's complete clear skies. I need to go to the gym, but I really don't feel like going today, to be honest. I really don't. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get up off of here. I'll probably be back on later on, but yeah, I'm gonna get up off of here. Like I said, solar plexus and self-love candles are available. The tea lights on my spiritual store. This is the 15 ounce of the Sacred Cleansing Solution. You can use this as a carpet freshener to help lift that energy, that stagnant energy in your home, negative energy also as well. So you can use this as that carpet, or you can also, and vacuum it up, or you can use this as a mop, with mop solution also as well. There is the 7 ounce one that is available, and then this is the 15 ounce. So that's available on my spiritual store. The spiritual baths are available. This is the 15 ounce. The 6 ounce spiritual baths are available also as well. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit low, kind of on inventory also as well. So thank you to everyone who has been supporting my spiritual store, my spiritual business. I appreciate it. All right, but